Hello you guys, welcome back to Channel Claire. Hope that you're doing well wherever you are in this crazy world. Now this is going to be a video on the ongoing Wendy Williams situation. As you know, she is in a conservatorship that has her in basically a luxury prison is what they're calling it, where she really doesn't have access to the outside world. She can't get in contact with her family the way that she would like. She has a phone where she can call out, but people can't call into her in case of emergencies or anything like that. She can't really get the things that she likes. She doesn't have a computer. She doesn't have an iPod. She doesn't have like the basic things that people have in 2025 that are just normal civilians in society that are not actual inmates. She's not an inmate. Wendy has not done a crime, so the fact that she's under such constraints is just wild to me. And unfortunately, I did hear a while back about the rumors that potentially this whole thing was triggered with Wells Fargo and her getting this conservatorship, and it had to do with her son, little Kevin, just doing the most and spending her money, namely DoorDash. Like, he was spending an obscene amount of money to the point where it ticked off dang on Wells Fargo. Like, it had to be excessive. And I'm gonna try to find that actually, so I can let you know exactly what it was. But it seems as if Wendy is coming out. She's been doing a lot of interviews and letting people know what's going on with her, and she's now revealing that she believes that her son took advantage of her financials, and it's what triggered the guardianship. And that's really sad. I mean, he's young. He just graduated college. Wendy was there. Obviously, there's no ill feelings there. That's her son. If anyone's going to spend the money, I'm sure she would want it to be him. But it is what triggered this guardianship. And she's letting people know that's what happened. I'm not sure why that's the motive, but we'll see if if she lets us know that in this article. So it says, despite the accusations, Williams still believes her son, Kevin Jr., is a really good person. She revealed on February 12th that her son, Kevin Hunter Jr., may have been the catalyst behind her guardianship. Ahead of visiting her family for her father's 94th birthday this weekend. Good, I'm glad she got to go, because that was something that Sabrina, the conservator, was like kind of holding over her head, and people were concerned because she did the interview with the Breakfast Club and Don Lemon that potentially she would hold it back from her as some type of retaliation. But she got to go. So I'm just happy to hear that. It says she'll also be reunited with her 24-year-old son, whom she said took advantage of her financially and triggered the guardianship, per TMZ. The radio veteran opened up about the mishandling of her money in new documentary TMZ presents Saving Wendy. The guardianship came after Wells Fargo noticed an influx of unauthorized withdrawals. Williams believed her son and others, so not just her son, were making the purchases, but he's denied any wrongdoing. While her son, Mr. Hunter, apologized for past mistakes and inappropriate behavior, the court is not convinced that he can keep her safe and wouldn't willingly or unwillingly expose her to financial exploitation. I think that maybe her niece, what was her name, Alexis? I want to say that's what her name was, who was helping her do the interviews with the Breakfast Club and others. Maybe she would be a good candidate to be the guardian and not this random woman, Sabrina, that has no ties to her at all and really doesn't have her best interests at heart. It's just all about the money to her, I'm sure. Allegedly. So, in the documentary, she told TMZ's Harvey Levin, "My son, he overstepped his boundaries in terms of me. And he was inappropriately using my money without telling me crap about it." I can hear Wendy saying that in my head. Wendy continued, "Like, he is stealing from me. Look, all I know is that in terms of what I'm dealing with, this is still going on, because that's when my money got frozen at Wells Fargo. Thank God. No more money stealing from my son and the other people." Oh my goodness. So I'm conflicted with Wendy because I do feel like at some moments it seems as if like the conservatorship did stop certain things, but then like, well, I'm not confused. I know that obviously somebody needs to get a handle of her money. And I think that maybe her niece would be a good candidate. Someone who knows what they're doing, who's of sound mind, that's not immature, that would know how to run it and run her affairs. And I think that Wendy definitely should not be in this so-called luxury prison. She should be out in her own home that she picks out, that she designs, that she purchases, and she's able to leave as she sees fit and go sees her family, her son. She wants to be in Miami. Like, that's her dream. She should be able to do that. I don't understand how one having dementia or whatever they're saying it is that she has, because while she does have these repeated phrases, she does seem of sound mind. So even if you have dementia, people still live in their homes. They can have aides come to them. Like, why are you having to be locked up without a cell phone that you can have calls come into you? Can't have a laptop, can't have, a phone that you can scroll and get on social media. It doesn't seem like if she does have dementia, from what we're hearing from her, it's not that so far gone that she wouldn't be able to handle those things. So it's just all around a strange situation. But she's saying that she's happy that her son can't get her money anymore and that other people can't get the money either. She says, however, she does feel her... Oh, why did that skip like that? However, she does feel her only child has a good heart, but has been influenced badly by others. I'm sure she probably means her ex-husband, Kevin, who just did her so dirty, so fucking wrong. Ugh. So that would be Kevin Jr.'s father. So maybe he had influence. We know that Kevin Sr. is still trying to get Wendy's money by trying to get their divorce thrown out. Some ignorance like that. I mean, they say more money, more problems. It's nice to have it, but then you have people coming at you in every which way trying to get it from you. So is it worth it? I guess it is, because having a little more money would solve a lot of problems for me, but that's like for people who don't have it. It seems like for people who do have it, they still are unhappy. They're still, we see it all the time with these stars and celebrities who have all the fame, all the fortune, and they're still doing drugs, or they take their life and they're still struggling. So obviously money isn't everything, but my goodness. Anyway, went on another tangent. So my son is a really good person. Look, my son is a good person, but at this point, he is a horrible person to me. And I'm reading this literally as it's said, and this is how Wendy talks. But at this point, he is a horrible person to me. So she's saying, my son is a really good person. Look, my son is a good person, but at this point, he is a horrible person to me. So that's kind of contradictory. Williams explained that he moves with other people, and what's going on with these other people in her apartment in Miami. So something's happening. Maybe he has friends over. I don't know if the dad's involved, but something's happening in that apartment in Miami. What are you doing? Oh, you spent what on what? What is going on at Wells Fargo? It's about my money. It's all about holding my money and using it for other people and nothing for me. That's so sad. She's worked all this time, and now she's sitting up in this place where she does not want to be. Ugh. So, yeah, if you want to check out the documentary, you can do that. The documentary spotlights her life while she's in this assisted living facility, which she's comparing to a prison, and she wants her life back. She wants her freedom back, and that's what Wendy is standing on. So, wow. She is admitting that her son is the catalyst to all of this, and that is a very complex situation to be in with your son as a mother. It seems like she's still struggling with those feelings, because at one point she's saying, he's a really good person, but he's a horrible person to me. So it's like, I hope that he is treating his mother right, and he's not just using her for money and being nice to her because of what she can do for him. And that just puts a bad taste in my mouth. Nobody should have to live like that. She's not a prisoner. She didn't do anything, and she doesn't deserve to be living like this. So as this goes further, I will keep you guys updated. I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Bye.